Hey everybody, take, cut, check the gate, moving on. Ready?
Feeling good?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your songs. I'm going to read the single names in order and you can just discuss each one.
Okay. Let's do it. Symptoms of You. Wow. Okay, that's where it all started. Symptoms of You is my very first single ever released. It really introduced my moody behaviors in music and introduced Maya J to the music industry and to people who've been following me since I started my acting career. When I first embarked on my recording artist journey, I really didn't have the biggest idea of what my style was going to be, how my voice would sound on a musical recording, what I'd feel when a song was released, or what my mark was going to be in terms of my imprint or signature sound. So I was just following my heart, which I still do now, but I had much less of a production plan and I didn't know what to expect. This was my first time leaning into that role as a songwriter and label personnel, in addition to the performance aspect. Writing the song really exposed, even to me, the minor tonality that my soul nearly requires every single time I write. So I wasn't as heavily involved in the technical production on Symptoms, except that I knew this particular song had to be a piano ballad. And I was telling the producing engineer what I liked and didn't like. And that's one reason why it took so long to figure out. I really had no idea about the specifics of drum kits and Logic, Pro Tools, producer sounds, drums, any of that. Plus, this was a huge learning curve for me on that technical side about the mixing and mastering process because I had no knowledge of that when I first started making music. My piano player, she did an excellent job at translating the way that I had originally written it, which is more rare than not, actually, because a pianist really has to capture the essence of what chords you want and what the vamp is, and incorporating all of that together. That's very important. I was fortunate enough to record my vocals and have my pianist record the song with me at Interscope Studios. I wasn't actually signed to the label, but things worked out to where dropped a ring. Things worked out to where I was able to record there, seeing that it was the same studio that Lady Gaga used and even Selena Gomez. That was a really inspiring time for me, and it fell right in line with everything that was happening at the time. I remember I was recording verse 2 of Symptoms when a producer from the label in a nearby office came in and thought I was Skylar Grey. So that was a huge boost to my confidence. 2 thumbs up for me. And at that moment, I knew that I was doing something right and I was going in the right direction. I mean, just being mistaken for Skylar Grey is crazy. That's beyond cool. Everyone who knows me knows that I just love Skylar and her moody, cool ballad ways. So, yeah. Symptoms of You had such a nice reaction, and my teen/young adult audience really liked it too, which even surprised my manager since so many of the successful musicians were making music that was lighter and faster, more electronic. And so I've discovered that even though I like that kind of music, that cute, typical pop sound isn't actually me musically. And that's okay. I mean, just like there's a place for those artists, there's a place for me. Come find me. This single is when things in my career really got interesting. This was the single that I got my first music video for, and where my music career overall really started to change. I got my Vivo channel. Girls Life magazine happened. I got noticed by Radio Disney. So many things were just happening, and that's when I went into overdrive, like harder overdrive. I had production versions of this song long before the one you guys know, which had a tribal beat that I don't necessarily think I thought fit the song at the time. So I pivoted, switched producers, and had more of an R&B flair added into the pop production, and voila, Come Find Me was born. The music video premiered a few months later after the release in December of 2017. That was the greatest shoot ever. I mean, greatest. The team was really top tier. And just like people say everything can go wrong, in this case, everything just went right. I didn't know how wrong things could go until, okay, but that's later. The team was super professional and really the most professional that I could ever ask for, like on point 100%. I have so much appreciation for the people who were on set with me. Special shout out for Chris Paul, Jose Omar, and who edited Justin Bieber's Purpose, Chef's Kiss, Darian Henning, Specs, just everyone there, just like thankful. Lots of good things happened with the video. My cousin called me from the East Coast and told me that Come Find Me was playing inside Journey's shoe store. And I found out that it was really gaining traction in public. It blew my mind, especially at that time. I started naming my videos. So Come Find Me was called Pink Lights, Sparkles, and a Love Story. Good times before I was jaded.